This is Women in Music with Gfire Podcast, episode number 30 with singer-songwriter Ariel Bellvalaire. Hey everybody, we got Ariel. How do you spell your do you say your last name?
Bellvalaire.
Bellvalaire. That guy, I love that. Was that your given name, or did you come up with that?
Nope. That was my stage name. My mom's maiden name was Bellevue, so kind of.
Yeah, not nearly as good as Bellvalaire.
Nah, it was gonna be Belvedere, but then I realized that was a vodka brand, so I was like, nope.
We don't need no stinking vodka.
Exactly.
Were you Ariel before, or are you Ariel because you're a dancer?
Oh no, I was always Ariel, so I kept that one from day one.
Okay, very good. I just love aerial gymnasts. I just am fascinated. It's not something that I think I could do myself, but I love watching it.
Oh, it's so much fun. There's poses everybody can do too. Like there's so many classes that are all levels. It's really amazing to see.
Yeah, I think I'd be the rock beginner.
We have those in all the classes too.
Well, cool. Let's see. Where are you originally from?
I'm from Connecticut, so, total East Coaster, moved to New York City right out of high school, and then migrated over to Los Angeles to try to make it happen.
And now you're making it happen in LA.
Yeah, definitely. The weather's a little nicer, but I do miss the East Coast for sure.
You know, there's good things about the East Coast, but, for what you're doing, I think LA is perfect.
Oh, it's pretty great. There's so much music here and so much creativity, which is amazing.
Awesome. So how long you been in LA now?
Oh, man, I want to say almost 6 years, I think.
Okay.
I feel like I just moved here, too.
Right, exactly, because it's still new to you.
Yeah, exactly.
And do you share an apartment with somebody, or?
Yeah, have had so many roommates. It's nice to just have one cohabitant now, and so many pets in the apartment. It's so much better.
Okay, yeah, you've got exotic pets of some sort?
I do. I have a hairless guinea pig named Gucci.
All right, Gucci.
He's in all my videos. He's a little metalhead. It's pretty awesome.
That's right, because you're a shredder, right, on guitar?
Oh, yes. The neighbors must love it.
Well, it's LA. I'm sure they're used to other musicians practicing.
Right. Yeah, you gotta be. Everybody's an artist here, right?
Right, exactly. So, so when did you start, like, singing and playing guitar and writing songs and dancing and all this stuff?
Yeah, I was actually a gymnast first. I was just always a competitive gymnast since I was probably 8. Then I was at gymnastics camp, actually, and I heard Avril Lavigne on the radio for the first time, and I was just obsessed. I don't even know why. I was just completely obsessed and wanted to be her. So I had always liked singing, and then when I discovered Avril, I started actually singing, and I loved it so much. So my mom put me in vocal lessons, and at the studio, they had a program called Rock Band Jam where they put all the different students from different instruments together and they coach you as a band, which was really cool. So I was singing in a band by the time I was 10. I played my first pub at 10 years old with that band. And I had started learning a little bit of guitar. I knew the basic chords. And by the time we lost our guitar player to another band or soccer or something, whatever we do when we're like 10, I was like, oh, okay, I'll step in and play guitar. So I was singing and playing pretty much from the get-go, which was really fun. And one day I had the desire to hear metal music. I don't know why. Coming from Avril, I just was like, I want to hear metal today. And all I knew was Ozzy Osbourne. So I pulled up Crazy Train on MySpace. Right. And that guitar intro just completely blew me away. And when I heard this solo, I was like, okay, I have to do that. I want to learn rock solos. This is the coolest thing ever. So I think the first rock song I learned was Iron Man because it was a little easier than Crazy Train.
A little bit.
Yeah, and then I just learned the solo the best I could and played it out with my band, and the audience just freaked out seeing a little girl play a guitar solo. And I thought nothing of it. I was just like, okay, I'll just learn the guitar solo. And just seeing the reaction, I was like, wow, there's not a lot of women in rock music. This is so cool. So that kind of just fueled my fire to just keep going.
That's a great way to start. You're so fortunate.
Oh, I'm so lucky. I knew what I wanted to be since I was 10. So it definitely hasn't been an easy journey by any far stretch, but it's nice knowing exactly what you want to go for, too.
Right. So, yeah, you've been playing over 10 years, I guess. So,
yeah.
Really cool. Really cool. Because, that combination of singer, songwriter, aerial dancer, metalhead shredder, I think you might be in a category by yourself.
Right? My theory is every pop song needs a shred solo, right?
Yeah, back in the day, back in the 80s when Michael Jackson put Thriller out, he had that Eddie Van Halen solo, which is great.
One of my favorites.
Did you learn that one?
Oh yes, one of the bands I tour with is a Michael Jackson Experience, so we get to play that every night on tour.
Oh, lucky you, because Eddie's not around anymore, so you might as well do it.
Exactly. I miss Eddie. He was one of my favorites. He's so iconic. There will never be like another guitar hero of that caliber. It's just so incredible.
Yeah, he left such a great legacy.
Oh, he really did. And just trying to learn any of his solos, it's just mind-blowing how somebody could come up with that in the first place. It's
right, because you have to do two-handed stuff, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay.
It's crazy. And some of those stretches he does, I don't know how it's humanly possible.
Well, if you're like me, my hands are tiny and I play guitar and piano.
Yep.
So I have to adapt. If men that have big hands played something, I have to adapt it.
Same.
So, but then, then we develop our own style, so who cares?
Exactly. That's my theory. If it's the same notes and it sounds good, it's all good.
It's all good, yes. Excuse me, allergies. Okay.
I hear you.
Yeah. Didn't used to have them. I live in Austin, the allergy capital of the world.
Oh, yeah. I love Austin. That was fun.
Oh, it's really fun. Obviously, I guess South by Southwest online, it's just not the same.
No. No, same with the NAMM show online.
Yeah, the fun of NAMM is going and playing some of the stuff.
Oh, yeah. I love demoing everything.
Yeah. We had NAMM for 2 summers here in Austin. That's the only time I've been.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but we weren't a big enough market, so they stopped doing that.
Right.
But at least I got to experience it and get passes for my friends and stuff like that. We were just having a great old time at NAMM. So,
NAMM was amazing.
Yeah.
Another one of the things I miss.
Well, maybe eventually it'll get back to normal.
Yeah, I hope so.
Yes. So, all right. When did you write your first song?
Ooh, probably around 10 years old again.
Okay.
About elementary school drama.
Of course.
Middle school drama, I'm sure, because there's plenty of it. I think the first song I wrote was called Why. I don't really remember how it goes. I just remember it was called Why. I played it with my young kid band. That was always fun. So when I wrote my first one and presented it to the band, we learned it, and it was really cool having originals. So I just kept writing, and we had more and more original songs. So it was, I kind of just built up everything from the start, which was great.
Yeah, you just were born to do this, obviously.
Yeah, you can't keep me off the stage. Well, maybe now, but...
Well, so when did you, feel like you really came into your own as a songwriter?
I kind of always felt like I was a songwriter and just had a lot to say and just kept writing. The interesting thing, though, is around 15, I had producers that almost beat the songwriting out of me. They were just like, nothing you write is good enough. If you want to produce with the big time writers, you have to do co-writes with everybody. So there was a period of time where I didn't write anything, and it was the creativity was completely blocked. It was gone. I would do co-writes and then pull everything out again, but it didn't feel like mine. And then a couple years later, I was like, wait a minute, you came into this as a songwriter. You're good. You got this. You have a lot to say. And then I just started writing again. So it's really interesting how songwriting comes and goes, and it can be so influenced sometimes.
Yeah, that's typical. Well, was a lot of men saying that?
All of them.
Not that, I mean, there's just that sort of misogyny in the music business. And you're a beautiful 15-year-old girl, and they're like, you got to do this with this,
Oh, yep.
Yeah. And
Pretty much.
Then it quashes what makes you original.
Oh, exactly. And then it's like one of those things where I learned a lot from everybody, and I was like, you know what? I got this on my own too. I love co-writing, and you know what? I love writing originally too. So it shouldn't be either or. There's plenty of room for both all the time. That's one thing I've learned.
Well, that's good. So do you sing songs that you've co-written as well as originals now?
I do. I like to pretty much sing anything I feel. So sometimes it'll be my complete originals. Sometimes it's the co-writes. Because usually when I go into co-writing sessions, I'll come in with like a list of topics for things that I'm going through. So it's completely relevant, and it'll just bring new ideas to what I already have too. So it's a really nice collaboration too. And
who do you end up collaborating with?
So many people. Right now, the team I work with in Nashville, I'm signed there, so they have some writers on the team as well, and I've been co-writing with them recently. But I love co-writing with different musicians and artists around Los Angeles, and with the whole Zoom thing now, I can collaborate with literally anyone, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's super cool.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, do you have any particular career highlights that you want to...
Ooh, I think the coolest show I ever did was a Broadway show, actually. It was a one-night Prince show, actually, where all the stars from Broadway came together and played a different character from the Purple Rain movie. So we had the lead actor from Wicked singing Prince. I got to play Wendy and play all the guitar on a Broadway stage. And Prince songs are just incredible. So that was probably the coolest, like, guitar central show I did.
And that was on Broadway?
Yeah, it was a Broadway show. Like, we had the lead actor for Wicked playing Prince. The lead actress from Hedwig was Apollonia. We had the lead from the Janis Joplin show. It was just mind-blowing, the talent on Broadway.
Star-studded. What year was that?
Ooh, I want to say maybe 2018. We did two shows a couple years apart, too. So that was so much fun.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah, I think the craziest show I ever did on my own, though, was The Gong Show, actually, on ABC. That was the first time I ever debuted my aerial guitar routine. I had posted some pictures holding the guitar upside down, and I think I probably posted a little video just playing a little riff upside down. And I was actually scouted for the show, and they're like, will you do your aerial guitar act on The Gong Show? I had originally said no, because I was just terrified. And then they talked me into it, and it was probably one of the coolest experiences ever. The stage was huge, and just like having to set up a routine for something completely new in front of judges on live TV, it was really cool and really scary. And at the end of my routine, like, I was like, how did I just do this right now?
And what became of that?
Well, my act Shrednastics was born. I had just called it aerial guitar before that, and, just posted a little video, maybe a picture, and didn't really think much of it. It was just cool. And then after that, I had to name the act, so it became Shrednastics, because it's guitar gymnastics, basically. And after that, I was like, okay, the fact that I can do this on a stage and perform it, it has to be part of my show. So, it birthed my act, pretty much.
Wow. So in your live act, you're doing Shrednastics.
Yep. Of course, when I'm singing, I'll probably just be doing normal musician things on the ground. But, when I'm in a guitar solo anyway, I love to, play behind my head, bend backwards, do the splits. So the crazier, the better. I'm just all about over-the-top shows. And if we can add some aerial in, if I'm not singing, even better.
Well, that's such a creative use of your background.
Right?
You know,
it kind of just happened too. Like,
Yeah, just
one of my first shows, I just went into a split and the audience went crazy. I'm like, oh, okay, cool.
That is so cool. Yeah. Well, do you have any cautionary tales? Anything that you're like, maybe don't do this, or anything you want to give as
The
advice?
interesting thing is, I've actually never hurt myself doing crazy guitar stunts. It's always like something stupid, like breaking a dish doing dishes or something. Like, I've never had any issues with crazy stunts, but if there's anything that feels really scary that's new, I will always try it without the guitar first, and then get used to it. And if it feels too scary, like I'm gonna fall, I just won't do it.
Right.
But most of the things, like, I'm just ready to try it and just see what happens and just go for it.
Well, that sounds fantastic. Very interesting live act. I think that would appeal to a lot of different fans.
Oh yeah, it keeps it interesting for sure.
Yes, definitely. Shrednastics. All right. Well, let's talk about the song you brought in for today. It's called Elastic.
Yes.
Okay. You want to talk about that?
Yeah, so the song was actually written about a rocky relationship at the time. Like, I never knew where we stood. It was really fun, and then he would pull away, I would pull away, and then, we would snap back together like a rubber band. But I always remembered the really fun times, and we really wanted to, like, bring in that element of fun into the song, so I kept it with, like, a really upbeat guitar part. And, so it's like back and forth, but still remembering all the fun times and bringing that element of just the fun side. Because, you wouldn't snap back if it wasn't fun, right?
That's absolutely true. So let's listen to it now.
I wanna start a running every time I start a falling. Pull me back again. I'm gone, then I'm back in. I can't stay away. Sometimes I don't understand why you treat me like a rubber band. You got me wrapped up tight. Say we're done, we snap back every time. Our love is tragic, drastic, bittersweet. So elastic. I leave, but I'm never alone. It feels right when it feels wrong. We stretch it to the limit. If you can take it, I can give it. Oh, here we go again. Sometimes I don't understand. We pull each other like a rubber band. You got me wrapped up tight. Say we're done, we snap back every time. Our love is tragic, drastic, bittersweet.
wow. I can totally hear the metal influence.
Yes, yes. You gotta
Very
have
much.
those little fast runs on the guitar.
When did you record that? Was that last year?
I think so. Time is so weird now, but
Right.
Yeah, and it was just released in last November.
Cool. Yeah. Unfortunately, this will come out a little bit later, but, I'm sure there'll still be interest because people need entertainment and music right now.
Absolutely, and the music video just came out not too long ago too, so that's new, and it brought the song to a whole nother level because we had the crazy stunts in the video. We have my guinea pig rocking out in the video.
Gotta have him.
You have to, and it just it really showcases my love for all things guitar,
Yeah.
which was really great.
It is. You're like I said, you're quite unusual in this aspect, and that is something I like to celebrate.
Oh, absolutely. I just love celebrating live instruments too. That was such a cool thing about recording in Nashville. A lot of the times people I've worked with in LA or pretty much anywhere, they're just like, oh, we can program the drums. You don't need live this, that. And I was like, no, I want it. I'm a rocker. I live for that live element. And then in Nashville, we had a live band recording it with us. And it was just so nice sitting in the vocal booth, hearing them click 4 times, start the song, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this is my song. Wow. I almost didn't come in on time with the vocals. I was so impressed. But just having that live element brought back now is just so special. And I didn't realize how hard it'd be to find, too.
Yeah, well, different towns have sort of different aesthetics, I think, musically.
Oh, yeah, Nashville is not afraid of live instruments, which is great.
Yeah, it's really great. I think the song came together really well.
Oh, thank you so much. I was so happy with it, especially just hearing all these instruments together, knowing nothing's really programmed, it's all live. Any bells and whistles we can add, but the bones are just raw live instruments.
So what do you do now to promote? You obviously, do you print up any vinyl or CDs, or do you just put it online? What?
It's pretty much all online. Of course, I have the physical copies too. I can send people. But it's really just performing it online too. I'll just record myself playing it, posting it. I'll, show off the guitar solo. Normally, I would be on tour just playing it live as much as possible. But the internet has been a really great outlet for the times that we can't perform. So I have it on all the social media platforms. I'll send it to people who I think would like it. And just try to find similar artwork or similar artists and just network with them that way too.
Have you found any other singer, songwriter, aerial, dancing, shredder, other?
Not yet. Although I did meet a guitar contortionist, which was pretty cool. So she'll play guitar solos in these crazy contortion poses. So that's a collaboration that needs to happen one of these days.
It sounds good to me.
Right? The crazier the better.
It's like Metallica meets Cirque du Soleil.
Yes, that would be a show I would go to.
I think a lot of people would like that.
Yeah, right? I definitely
Cool.
would.
Maybe Ozzy would show up in the audience. Who knows?
Oh, Enter Sandman with acrobats? Come on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let's do this.
That'd be awesome.
Well, okay, so where's the best place for people to find you?
Pretty much anywhere on the internet. You can just type in Ariel Bellvalaire, but luckily you don't have to spell Bellvalaire. It'll pop up before you get to the V. As soon as you get to the second L, you're good. So just type in Ariel Bell, I'll pop up. You can type in Ariel Bellvalaire Elastic, just search Ariel Elastic. I'm sure if you just type in Shrednastics or aerial guitar, you'd probably find me too.
Good. You want to be as easily accessible as possible, I would think.
Absolutely.
Well, cool. Do you do any live streams or anything?
I do. Again, it's very different from a live show. It's kind of funny. I'll do the live streams in my living room, and it's okay, I guess this is the stage now. We're just going for it. But it's just such a nice outlet to have somewhere to perform, even if it is just your house and your living room.
Right. And are you doing this on Facebook Live or Instagram Live or any other platform?
Usually Instagram, although I'm going to start with TikTok pretty soon.
Instagram, TikTok, all that good stuff.
Oh, yes.
And your website, is it just arielbellvalaire.com?
Yep.
Okay. Put that in the show notes.
Ooh.
Is there anything else we haven't touched on? Do you, when you send out the CDs or the vinyl, do you have vinyl?
No, that's something I definitely need though. But we have a whole album in the works that we're going to release soon. So I think the second the last song is done and out, I'll definitely need an actual vinyl. Pretty much now, it's pretty much just a stream basis. Like I have hard copies to give to people I know, but it's mostly just a streaming thing right now.
Right. So mostly people find you like on Spotify or...
Yep.
Okay.
I think I'm on all the platforms, but Spotify's the main one.
Spotify streaming. Cool. All right, Ariel, what else have you to say? Any interesting stories or the best things, the worst things, anything you want to bring up?
One of my favorite things that I kind of just fell into that I never saw myself doing was I got hired to be a preschool music teacher before everything shut down. And I was just like, okay, well, I'm a performer. I don't necessarily know how to teach yet. So, and kids are the hardest audience too, because if they don't like it, they will definitely make sure you know. So my youngest students were 3 years old. So I had like from 3 to I think 6 was my oldest. So I would go into daycares twice a week and just perform for like 4 hours for different age groups, like one after another. And I learned to get my show just rolling really fast because you can't skip a beat because you have to keep their attention the entire time. And then I learned that little kids, love rock music. Like we would do I Love Rock and Roll. I taught them how to headbang. We would do Rock and Roll Baby Shark. And just seeing kids just react to this rock music and guitar solos and start playing air guitar was the coolest thing ever.
Wow. Now that's, again, how interesting is that? Preschool
Right?
rock musician teacher. So basically,
Right?
you were performing but also showing them elements of rock music?
Oh, yeah. We would actually bring all the different elements of music, too. Like, we would have, funk guitar. We would do the ABCs, but funky. We would do, like, the Big Bad Wolf song, but, the hard rock version, a little bit of headbanging. March around the room to the ants go marching in, but with a rock electric guitar. And I think the funniest thing, they would sing I Love Rock and Roll, and they would always sing Put Another Lime in the Juice Box, Baby.
That's so cute.
I didn't correct him either. It was just too funny and too good.
Juice box, yeah.
Right? So good.
Perfect. That's perfect.
Good
All right.
times.
Yeah, good times. That's good. You kind of celebrate the good times. I like the vibe. It's great.
Yeah.
Well, once again, I thank you for coming on the podcast and
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
this really great single. Everybody go to YouTube and watch the video, right?
Oh, yes. You'll see me standing up on the back of a motorcycle playing guitar.
I'm in. I'm
Yep,
definitely in. Well, this
Absolutely.
is cool. All right, Ariel, have a great rest of your day.
Thank you so much. Have a good one.
Okay, bye.
Bye.